drop passes. But that's something they can clean up. 7-ring scoring offense, they clean that up. They'll go up higher, and then they'll be able to battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll clean it up. They'll bounce back today.
They're number one in drop passes.
Number one,
well,
Coach.
they're just the opposite. You know what I think they need to do? How about run the football just a little bit? You're not going to say that because you're a wide receiver, but I'm going to say that because I'm a coach. How about run the ball just a little bit? They're ranked 29th. And you know what? Against Washington last week, they had 53 passes, Mike, and only 21 rushing yards. Come on. How about a little bit of run game? Now, James Conner comes back. He's missed 2 weeks with COVID. He's coming back with Benny Stell. But let's get some more attempts on the ground and balance this thing up just a little bit for Big Ben.
I'll take just a little, but they're doing a great job passing too, Coach. They did just lose last week. And nobody sacks this man. They're number one against the sack.
Oh, they get rid of the ball so quick.
They get rid of that ball. He's the best at it.
All right, Rich.
We'll be okay. We're going to get it.
To NFL Game Day Morning presented by Lowe's. We put the home and home team. I am Rich Eisen. That's Steve Mariucci, my Hall of Famer Michael Irvin at the end of the set. And Kurt Warner, after 2 weeks of wearing some flashy clothing, he is now accepting all loan applications. The bank is open on Sunday. Kurt, did we put the purple rain suit away? Because
yes, I did. You come back and you go conservative.
Look at this.
No more fodder this week. I'll break something back out in the future, but I needed a week off. Let Irvin take that spotlight.
No, this is a great lesson for everyone out there. When you see someone that is different, allow him to be this. Because you can change a man and make him a banker. Don't do that to people. Come on, man. Just let that man be who he is.
So bring your Social Security and 2 forms of identification when you're coming towards Kurt Warner later on today. All right, so
I don't even know where to go now. I go to the other side.
You've got thick skin,
Where am I safe at? Where's the safe space, Irv?
Steve Mariucci, Sunday storyline. I mentioned right at the top here, there's so much going on today with so much at stake. You have the floor.
Obviously, the storyline was Kurt's suit, all right? But we've got some football-related storylines. You know how players and coaches move from team to team?
Yes.
We've done that, right? Irv did. But you know what? Sometimes it's by their choice. Sometimes it's by the team's choice. Well, you know what? Revenge is a dish best served cold. You mentioned it a couple times in the open. We've got some revenge games. Yeah, Jamal Adams is going to be facing the Jets. That's going to be going. And Andy Dalton for the Cowboys. Irv, you know what? Against the Bengals, he spent 9 years with them. Alex Smith, 8 years. He was the first pick in the draft for the 49ers. He's going to play against the Niners. And how about Kyle Shanahan and his dad and that staff got let go over in Washington. Here they go. They're going to have the little revenge game with Washington. A lot of storylines with revenge games today, Kurt.
And for me, I'm going the Kurt Warner Bowl Part 2. Last week it was Rams Cardinals. This week it is Cardinals and Giants, and it's two teams that are fighting for their playoff lives, but going in completely different directions. We got the Giants, who have won 4 straight. Got the Cardinals that have lost 4 of 5, with that only win being that Hail Mary throw at the end of the game to pull one out. So two teams going completely different directions. We got a top 5 rush offense against a top 5 rush defense, and I believe that's where this game will be won and lost. And maybe with Kyler Murray's rush yards, when he's under 40 yards rushing, they are only 3-12-1 in his career with Arizona. So big matchup there between the Giants and the Cardinals.
You guys are funny, man. I love you guys, man. Just make Sunday morning so funny and great. Coach, I've never gone to another team.
Nice.
I know you are a loyal guy, man.
Right.
Nice.
I've never been cut, released, or played for anybody else. But here's my storyline. My story.
Shots at me? Like
no. No. Because you guys went to other teams. I just never went to other teams.
It was always by our choice, right? It was by our choice.
Kurt's a little sensitive today, guys.
All right. My storyline is about, in the midst of all of our reality comes sometimes great opportunity. Great opportunity. Now, the reality is Jalen Hurts starting today. Right now, guys, the reality is that story is really about what Rich said. Wentz being benched. When you got a guy that you drafted first the second pick of the draft 4 years ago. You've given him contracts worth $150 million. He's taking home in his pocket a guaranteed $130. That's the reality of what that story is about. But the opportunity that comes in that story for Jalen Hurts, an opportunity when nobody thought Jalen Hurts was going to be a starting quarterback in the National Football League, and he gets it against the number one, against this top-ranked defense. And if he plays great right here, folks, he would steal him a football team just like that dude in Miami stole from him one time. Ow! Get to steal a football team today. Jalen Hurts get to steal him a football team today.
And I'll tell you, we want to talk about opportunity. The 7 seed that we knew was being created this year in the AFC, the 7 seed is for somebody with a record like, say, the Colts at 8-4 to hang on to. While over in the NFC, it's about opportunity. The once upon a time 1-5 Vikings go into Tampa today as the 7 seed at 6-6 with an opportunity to leapfrog the Bucs with a win. There's so much to talk about today, and let's get ready for game day right now, presented by our friends at Gillette. And it is Kim Jones kicking things off in Western New York. Take it away, Kim.
Well, thanks so much, Rich Eisen. You know, it feels like 27 degrees, which isn't anything special in Buffalo in December. The big part, the 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. If they continue during the game tonight, they could affect this game, even with big arms like Big Ben's and Josh Allen's on the field. Now it is my absolute honor to send it over to Stacey Dales in Philadelphia. Stacey, newly elected to the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame. Congrats, my friend.
Thank you so much, Kim. That means a lot to me. Listen, Jalen Hurts, the rookie QB, is going to make his debut as the starter for the Eagles today. Unfortunately, he'll do so without 9-time Pro Bowl tackle Jason Peters. He is having toe surgery. 12 different offensive line combinations for Jalen Hurts coming into this game. And by the way, Carson Wentz played Taysom Hill. How weird is that in practice on the scout team this week? Right now to Sarah Walsh in Tampa. Sarah?
Stacey, since week 8, Kirk Cousins has thrown 15 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions as his team has won 5 of its last 6. He said it's time to prove that we belong. Meanwhile, the Bucs have dropped 3 of 4, but after a bye, Tom Brady says he feels more comfortable, more confident, and he told his teammates it is time to step up. Let's stay in the Sunshine State and head to Miami with James Palmer.
Well, thank you, Sarah. Tyrann Mathieu, the leader, the heart and soul of this Chiefs defense, questionable with a hip injury, but my understanding is he is going to play today. But how about the Dolphins? Their leading rusher, Myles Gaskin, put on the COVID-19 list yesterday. That means they'll go against the defending Super Bowl champions without their top 3 running backs. Now let's go to Mike Giardi in East Rutherford.
James, the Arizona Cardinals fired up today to get Larry Fitzgerald back in the lineup. He was quarantined for 13 days after landing on the COVID-19 reserve list. The team said they missed his smile. Kyler Murray said they missed his energy. But most importantly, they missed his ability to make plays in this offense and be a calming presence for a young quarterback. Let's go to Ian Rappaport now. Rapp.
Well, Mike, Ezekiel Elliott, the Cowboys star running back, listed as questionable today with a calf injury, is expected to face the Cincinnati Bengals today. It's not a calf strain, which can be terrible. It's actually a calf bruise, not as serious. Elliott expected to have no limitations, should be fine today. Meanwhile, Rich, let's turn our attention to the Bears-Texans game. My understanding is the future of general manager Ryan Pace and coach Matt Nagy are uncertain. Just 2 years ago, Nagy was the coach of the year. I am told him and Pace are still tight in this together and hopeful for a strong finish. Of course, a loss today would be their 7th in a row, and to do it against Deshaun Watson, the quarterback they did not take, would be hard to overcome in Chicago.
Yeah, and there's another one they didn't take either, as we all know. Antonio Gibson is out for the Washington football team today. Peyton Barber going to go in there. DeAndre Hopkins is expected in New Jersey. Julio Jones will not play here in Los Angeles against the Chargers for Atlanta. And wow,